Yo, people, I'm your boy Major, and as always, I'm with my brother Ace, and welcome to another episode of Two Up Front. Ace, what you telling me, bro?
Hey man, I've needed this stream, bro. There's a lot of scary stuff going on in the world. We need some football just to distract us from what's going on. But yeah, it should be a good stream. Looking forward to it. But yeah, how you doing, my guy?
Hey, man, you know how it goes. Blessed and highly favored always. But yeah, bro, there's a lot of football to talk about, man. A lot of football. I feel like we're in slightly better moods as regards to our clubs in comparison to the last time. You know, things aren't great still, but it's better.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man.
I think
We'll
it's when
get
you come
into
to
it.
peace with it. Yeah, you just come to
Yeah,
peace
man.
with it's your reality. You say, you know what, I can cry, I can scream. What's the point? But hey, we'll talk about it.
So yeah, man. But bro, you know what? Let's get straight to it. European action. There's been
Where we starting?
a lot of football, bro. You know what? We're not even gonna start with any of the two up front clubs, bro.
Okay.
I feel like we need to start with the Madrid derby. I feel like we need to start there because obviously there's been a lot of discussion and there's been a lot of anger. There's been a lot of debate, and I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions. Firstly, I'm assuming you saw the penalty, Alvarez's penalty.
Yeah, the penalty in question, I've seen it, Your Honor.
Yep.
Yes.
Did he have two touches?
I think he did have two touches. I think he did. I think I've seen enough different angles to say that it's unfortunate, but that looks like two touches to me. But yeah, did you see any differently?
Nah, I agree. I feel like it's so, because I've heard some people say that, you know what, oh, they've never seen it before. But yeah, like I think I've definitely seen it happen before. But when it happened with like Mahrez or Mitrovic, I think it was much more obvious. Whereas with this one, it was very, very slight, like very slight. So yeah, like I think it's one of them ones where it was unfortunate, but yeah, I think he defo did touch it twice. I think the second question is then, do you think in that instance it should be a retake, or do you think that, you know what, you touched it twice, the rules should remain the rules? And yeah, because I think as regards to what the rules are currently, then I know people are upset about it and they say Madrid, this is this, but I mean, they did get it right. Like based on what the rules are, like they did get it right. Like currently the rules are that, yeah, if you do touch it twice, then in the normal like in the normal 90 minutes, I think it's now a free kick to the other team.
Oh,
so
swear.
Yeah. So obviously in a penalty shootout, yeah, it's not gonna count. Like there's no retake. It's just, it is what it is. So as regards to what the rules currently are, then they got it right. I know some people have said that, oh, since when did VAR get involved in penalty shootouts? But also, I think I have seen it happen before as well.
Oh, swear.
I think I saw it in the Europa League. So you know what it was? It was just like I understood why people were really frustrated. But yeah, like I think, you know, for all the flack that we do give the refs, I think as regards to the rules, they got it right. I think the question is, should that be the rule? Should there be a retake? What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it's a difficult one, man. Because I think when everyone's first reaction, you want to be on Atletico's side and be like, yeah, man, Madrid's robbed you. But then you see it again, like, nah, just being an objective person, I have to say that it looks like he touched it twice, unfortunately. Whether that should be the rule, I would probably be more lenient if it's not a penalty shootout. I think in the game, in a match, we can talk about maybe should the player get another chance to take it, because there's the whole thing of keepers. If the keeper's off his line and he saves it, the penalty gets retaken. Like, so it's kind of like there should be that kind of, I guess, allowance, I would say, from the striker, but such a rare scenario. But I think in a penalty shootout, I think we can't be allowing people to be retaking penalty shootouts if you just objectively do something that you just shouldn't have done, which like at the end of the day, you touched it twice, as unfortunate as it was. And there shouldn't be a scenario where we're now considering this rare scenario that if this happens again, do you let you take it again? I think you just unfortunately should have just taken a better penalty. So I think on that one, the penalty shootout, I'm more like cut and dry, as in like, yeah, I think unfortunately you just have to just hold that. In a game, maybe there's a conversation because of like the keeper's kind of rule and maybe making it a bit more balanced on both sides. But yeah, that's my kind of take on it. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm just even gonna quickly read out a couple of these comments because Wendy's weighed in on it, and Wendy said, "Not gonna lie, if you have to be doing gymnastics to see a second touch, then it really shouldn't be given." And she also said the game shouldn't be policed to that level. VAR really said obvious. I think you know what made this one like just again they stuck to the rules, like so you can't say that they did anything wrong. But I think what made it so harsh as well is that it didn't really significantly alter like the ball. Like it was so slight. Like in other instances where it's like clear, you're like, okay, but yeah, this was so slight. Like, and I think it's just really, really harsh. But as regards to this game, like it is what it is. Like the rules are the rules. But yeah, man, it didn't sit right with me. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't sit right with me. Like it didn't. Like like I feel like like I'm not sure if I'm happy with that rule. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that rule. Like it was so slight, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but you know, it becomes tough then because then it's kind of like the offside rule where it's like it's a toenail offside. There has to be an objective point where you say slight or toenail is still offside because how slight is slight and it's okay.
You know what it is? So I'm thinking because most of the time in those instances where that happens, it's because someone slipped. Like so I'm thinking in those instances, retake it. Like I think the Alvarez one it's weighing me more to the all right, cool. You know what? If it just happens, then just retake it. Like like it's just I just felt like it was just so unfortunate. But so I have no problem with what happened in the game as regards to them applying the rules because they got it right. But again, if you're asking should that be the rule, then I'm just thinking, man, like it's just I just looked at it, I was just like it just feels a bit silly that getting ruled out. Like,
to be fair, I agree with when he's coming to what shocked me was the fact that VAR went to go and look at it. It's just like I don't know if someone saw it first time. I said, "Ooh, play that, run that back," because the fact that he went to analyze that level because it was even I had to watch a few different angles. And
I was just about to say I had to watch. It wasn't like super clear, obvious. I had to watch it. I said. There was a point where I was thinking, is my mind playing tricks on me? Like I was
curvature of the ball.
I was like, wait, hold on. And then I think I saw one angle. I was like, okay, no, defo. Like there was defo 2 touches there. But bro. I think generally speaking, Madrid, they found a way. They always find a way. And you know what I was thinking of as well? I was thinking, obviously, Simeone, he's done like a crazy job for Atletico, obviously, with, he's won multiple league titles. One of those league titles were against Messi, Barcelona, and Cristiano Real Madrid. So he literally had the 2 best players in the world playing for the opposing teams, and he was still able to grab a league title then, and then he was able to grab one after. He's won other trophies as well. But in the Champions League, Atletico and Real Madrid, it's crazy, bro. Like Real Madrid, they just imagine, bro, like your neighbors, your rivals, just continuously doing you over like this. Like it's crazy. Like obviously, there's the 2014 Champions League final when Ramos gets the equalizer literally in the last minute, and then we know what happened there. Bale goes on to score, and then Real Madrid win, and then obviously a couple of years later as well, again, like they lose out in the final to Real Madrid. And I think it's just a continuous thing where Real Madrid, they're just always getting the better of them in the Champions League. And I was just thinking, it must be so painful. Like imagine Tottenham doing that to you. Like, do you get me? Just continuously. Like, like, do you get me? Like, it just must be so annoying. So man, I think. But again, when people speak about heritage and all of these things, man, like honestly, because even saw, obviously, a lot of people, like I think the whole Alvarez penalty thing, I think obviously a lot of people not forgot, but the discussion regarding the Vinny miss, wasn't that heavy, but yeah, that was actually a bad miss as well.
Yeah,
And
it was
something that you
terrible.
wouldn't expect from him, because he's normally, especially in the Champions League, like he's missed the clutch for Real Madrid. So normally he delivers. So yeah, that was actually like a really bad miss.
Fair play to Mbappe as well. He said, "I'm getting something here" when they needed him. So again, he's definitely turned a corner. And again, with football as well, man, people talk about the what didn't go your way. They could have also got a red card in that move when Mbappe got taken out for the penalty. I think he was pretty much last man, and you just took him out, and he clearly wasn't trying to get the ball. So again, these kind of little officiating rules early in the game, it could have been down to 10 men, and it's different as well. But yeah, all in all, it was a good game. But like you said, Madrid, man, if you don't kill them, as long as they're still standing, then boy, you're gonna go out. I mean, that's what it is. Even when they're done, they might still come back. Like they've shown us in recent years too. So
it's long.
It's
the heritage is strong, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and obviously, swiftly moving on from that, your team's facing them in the quarterfinals. So obviously, I don't think there's much to talk about as regards to the PSV game, just because you'd already won. Like the tie was already done by the time you got back to the Emirates. So yeah, but as regards to Real Madrid next, firstly, are you happy you got Real Madrid? Because I know there was a lot of discussions regarding some Arsenal fans were saying they would actually rather have Real Madrid than Atletico, because stylistically they look at it and they're like, you know what, with the way Atletico play, it might be more difficult for us, whereas at least Real Madrid, they're going to be more open, which might favor us. Are you of that school of thought, or do you look at it and think, oh, you know what, I hear all of that, but Real Madrid are Real Madrid, and in the Champions League, I would rather not face them. And obviously, the other side to it is, no, I think Real Madrid will be the more difficult tie, but we're in the Champions League. We want to face the best teams. We don't have that much to lose. We've lost the league. Let's just go for it. Bring on Real Madrid. Bring on the Bernabeu. Where do you sit?
I like to lock in number 3. Number 3 is my answer, because I feel like it's exactly that. I feel like it's the kind of best of both worlds from the perspective of, I know that match against Atletico would have been illegal. Like, what we would have witnessed would have been illegal. It would have been a terrible spectacle for football, bro. So honestly, I'm happy that we've all avoided that on some potential future. So yeah, that aside, I think Madrid is exciting. As much as the world is not in a good place right now, teams injuries galore, teams weak, can't create chances, is not looking very great. But I feel like what we do have is we can be a bit more defensively solid. That's how we can carve out some chances. So it's like it's kind of the best of where everyone expects us to lose. So it's kind of like we have nothing to lose because everyone expects us to lose. It's kind of like have a good game. Hopefully we can find a way to get past them, and then we can start really dreaming and we can get past Madrid, because that will be massive. Because the PSG that everyone is loving, we beat them this season as well. And so again, it's like you start to believe more. You start to draw for the facts that you have in your cupboard, but it can go left.
I feel like PSG they have turned up since then. Like I think they've.
They're not fair. I haven't watched them that much this season. So,
but
fair. Fair. But again, the point is like, they're not unbeatable. So we get past Madrid, then you start really thinking that we can maybe do this for the first time ever. But so I think it's definitely on number 3, where I'm excited. Not a lot of pressure because everyone expects us to go out, but I'm hoping that we can do something and surprise them and just be like anti-Madrid. That's what they want to try. And also, I want to see Saliba and Gabriel versus Mbappe and Vinny. Like, you just want to see these matchups. Like, I'm like, these are players I rate highly. Let me now see you against the best players in the world, and let's see how good you really are as well. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for this one. It should be a good game. But
I hear it. I think it will be interesting to see how Arteta lines up, or rather how he sets his team up, because I think looking at the Arsenal team, I think I've heard a couple of people say this as well, whereas they're saying, you know what, Arteta, you need to set up the nastiest low block. The nastiest low block. The nastiest low block. Damn. And then we need that set piece that we had before. We need to get it back, because you guys are it's kind of withered away a little bit. Maybe Saka's delivery, you're missing it a bit as well.
Yeah, man. They clocked our playbook.
Yeah, man. So yeah, if you can get that, maybe obviously try hit them on the counter, etc. But yeah, it will be very interesting to see how Arteta approaches this game because yeah, but obviously massive game. I think these are the type of games where it's like it's a good marker to actually see where you are like as a team. So yeah, Real Madrid. And obviously, yeah, Real Madrid will definitely be favorites going into the tie. But like you said, if you get past them, then you'll see what happens. Even with the rest of the, like, I know you mentioned PSG. We'll speak about them in a bit. But yeah, man, like, you're gonna call me a Villa fan now.
I already know it, bro.
But nah, it's just
be free.
No, you know what? I think PSG are definitely the favorites, but you get me. You can't just brush Villa. Like, you get me? Like, you can't just brush Villa, especially with Emery as well. Like, I think Emery's someone that tactically, like, I think he'll be studying that PSG team. And saying,
that's gonna be a tough game for them.
Yeah,
Villa's gonna be a tough game for them.
Yeah, like, so I don't want to just like brush Villa, like to say they don't have a chance, because they do.
It's true.
Even though PSG are probably going into that game as favorites. But yeah, Champions League, man. Like, this is what it's all about. But yeah, bro. I think very even quickly, talking about PSG, Liverpool, man.
Hey, man.
I just have
the football god.
Say, it was a successful hate watch for me, man.
Hang on, bro. Let me know how your day went,
bro. The first game, bro. You already know, bro. I called you. I said, "How have they done this?" Do you get me? So yeah, with the second game, I was just hoping, and yeah, man. I think, firstly, it was deserved. Like, I think,
that's what. Yeah, overall, I feel like it was deserved
across the two legs. I think Liverpool started this game well. And yeah, Salah had a couple chances, and I think but I think overall, PSG, man. I think I've got to give massive credit to them. I think, and I've got to give massive credit to Luis Enrique, because I think the team that he's built, I think you're now looking at PSG and you're thinking, bro, they're a proper team.
Vitinha, bro, I love that guy, man.
Bro,
I love that guy, man. I love that guy.
With Neves.
Oh,
bro, Vitinha, Neves, bro, serious, man. And then you're looking at the attack with Dembele, who, and
bro, see that Dewey, but how do you say Dewey? Oh my goodness,
Dewey.
Oh yeah.
But I've got to give Dembele so much credit, because I think obviously he was one of them like wonder kids where you're looking at him when at his earlier days at Dortmund, and you're thinking, this is an exciting player, so much potential. And it just never really turned out.
Yeah, he was playing FIFA apparently, bro.
Yeah, man. It just didn't turn out. Like, I think there was injuries and he was inconsistent. And when he was at Barca, that didn't turn out like how people thought it might turn out. But yeah, this season, bro, he has been brilliant. He's been brilliant. And bro, did you see even his penalty in the penalty shootout, bro? You know when people say they're both footed, like, this guy's ridiculously both footed, bro. Like, he shakes up to take it with his left.
He does.
With his right. He just takes it with his right, bro. And it's like, have you seen that clip as well, where I think it was back in the day, they asked him, "What's your stronger foot?" And he was just like, "Oh, left foot, like my left foot is my strongest foot." I was like, "Oh, are you sure?" And it's like, "Yeah, like my left is my strongest foot." They're like, "Oh, because you took the penalty, or we see you take penalties with your right." And it's like, "Why did you?" They're like, "Why did you do that then?" And he's like, "Oh, because I like taking it with my right foot. My right foot's strong."
When you're funny, you don't make sense.
Like, he doesn't even know, bro. He don't make sense. But man. He's really, like, he's finally been able to put like consistent performances together. And yeah, man, that PSG attack, the team they've built, again, we've spoken about the midfield with Vitinha and Neves especially, and also what's the third midfielder? His name's just slipped my head.
Slipped my mind too, but
Ruiz.
That's it.
And then obviously, you got Doué, Barcola, obviously Dembele, and then Kvaratskhelia as well. He's come in and he's doing his thing. And yeah, man, like, do you get me? And then Mendes as well, like,
bro, even the defense as
bro,
well. Yeah, the
yeah, man,
defense.
bro,
Yeah, the
they
whole
built
team,
a
they
proper
built a
team.
solid team. Yeah,
They built a proper team, like
yeah,
attacking, young. And when I was just looking at it, bro, I think again, it's the technical ability that they've got, man. Like Enrique has just got a bunch of technicians
yeah.
all
And
over
not even just
the pitch,
technicians, bro. Technicians
bro.
with engines as well. These
Yeah,
lot are
man,
pressing for most of the
bro,
game. No one to
crazy,
drop back.
bro,
Like, yeah, nah.
crazy,
He's built
man,
a, yeah, they're a
crazy.
problem.
Yeah,
They're a
man. Like
problem.
literally, Liverpool, there was times where they couldn't get close. Like they really couldn't get close, man. Like you're just looking at just especially that midfield, man. The way they're bopping the ball about, and yeah, Vitinha, bro, problem, absolute problem. So yeah, man, PSG, they've really, really, really like started to prove themselves. Obviously, they got off to a slow start in the Champions League, but it's defo picked up. So yeah, man, they're looking like a threat. And then obviously, like I mentioned before, Villa, they got through like quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah,
And
it was,
yeah,
yeah.
man.
Hey, bro, your boy Rashford.
Hey, Rashi, man.
Your boy
Hey, man, he's
Rashford.
doing his thing, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
doing his
Fair
thing.
play.
Him
You know what
and
is it? I think he's just
Asensio
playing
as well.
simple as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sensio, I would
yeah,
take
yeah,
that guy. I don't know what yeah, I
yo,
would have taken that guy
bro.
so much.
And bro,
Yeah,
the business Villa have done, like,
yeah,
do you get me? Because you're looking at
yeah.
that January, and obviously they got the money that they got for Duran, and those two free loans, even with Rashford, Asensio, and I know the Chelsea fans were getting on to Disassi, but he's done well for Villa since he's got into the got the move and got into the Villa team. So yeah, but I think yeah, Asensio and Rashford, I think in this Champions League campaign, man, like that's nice quality to be able to add to your team. You've got experience as well. Obviously, Rashford, he doesn't have the same type of Champions League experience that Asensio has, but he still has experience and he scored big goals in the Champions League. But yeah, Asensio, this guy with Real Madrid, obviously played in finals, scored. So he's really got a wealth of experience that he will be able to share with a lot of these Villa players who are doing this for the first time. So yeah, man, that's going to be an interesting time and a tide. I think Emery, yeah, he's going to be
Yeah.
he's going to be studying.
I actually want PSG to go through, man. I can't, even if we get past Madrid, I can't take an Emery.
Oh
I
gosh.
can't take it. My heart can't take it.
Oh
My
bro,
heart can't
yeah,
take it,
you'll
man.
be finished, bro. You'll
My
be
heart
finished.
can't take it.
You'll actually be finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh bro, I also wanted to like give I think Wendy just said, can Asensio play against PSG? Yeah, he can. In the Premier League, you can't play against your parent club, but in the Champions League, you can. So yeah, he's all good to play against them. So yeah, that would be interesting.
Very.
But yeah, I want to give a special shout out to Enrique as well, because I think, firstly, just from a coaching level, I think he's a top manager, and obviously he done what he did. What he done at Barca. Obviously, yeah, with like the Messi, Neymar, Suarez team, and yeah, like done a great job there. But I think, like we mentioned, I think this PSG team that he's been able to build is great. But also, I don't know if you saw the clip regarding his daughter that's
No.
been going around on social media. Basically, I think his daughter, she was 9 years old. I think her name was Shanna, and she died of bone cancer, which was, yeah, it was really sad. But he was talking about it, and bro, it was heartbreaking. But at the same time, it was so like inspirational because like his perspective on life, like he was just talking about how, oh, you know what? I think, yeah, Wendy just said that's fully why I want him to win. But yeah, that his perspective, it was just, I think he was essentially saying, oh, you know, am I lucky or am I unlucky that this has happened? And he was saying, I'm extremely lucky. Like, I'm very lucky because I got 9 years with my daughter and I've got memories. And yeah, like,
Oh. Okay, I think we lost Major. Let me see. Let me actually see if I can get the quote out. Let me see. Daughter. Yeah.
Back.
Okay. You're alive?
Yeah, my thing just crashed out.
Crashed. All right, cool. No worries. But yeah, you were saying
But
anyway.
yeah, nah, he was just talking about his daughter, and he was basically saying, oh, like I think the question was coming, is he lucky or unlucky? Like he was basically saying, oh, like you could ask, am I lucky or unlucky with what happened? And he was just like, I'm very lucky because I've had my daughter for 9 wonderful years. Like we got memories, we've got videos, like we've got things that we can treasure. And I think he was even talking about his mum, where his mum didn't want to put pictures up, and he was just like, nah, like put the pictures up, like she's still here, like if not physically, spiritually. And yeah, I think how he was talking about just everything that had happened and his perspective, it was just, again, heartbreaking, but really inspirational. And I was just thinking about it just even earlier today, and I was just thinking, you know what? Firstly, what he was talking about, even with like the videos and stuff, I think it's just so important to capture like just memories and obviously not take anything for granted, because obviously football, like we love this game. Do you get me? It's beautiful, but like obviously there's much more to life than football. And I think his just perspective of things, like just how he was talking about what happened, because I was just thinking, bro, I can't imagine, like, do you get me, going through that. And obviously I've lost people, but yeah, like God forbid, like I lost my child. And how he was just talking about it, like, yeah, it was again heartbreaking, but really inspirational. And his perspective just on things and life, like, yeah, man, it was really beautiful to watch. So yeah, like I was seeing the clip go around socials, and I was just thinking, yeah, man, like, yeah, this is just crazy. Like again, it got me, like I was sad, but at the same time I was thinking, nah, like this is how he's just even talking. Like, yeah, man. So yeah, Wendy said that's fully why I want him to win. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, after that as well, it's one of them ones where it's just like you can't help but root for him. Like, do you get me? So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like shout out to Enrique. But yeah, bro, I know obviously Champions League. That's the very quickly as well. I wanted to speak on Yamal because he hey
Hey man.
bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, please speak, bro. Speak. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Bro, this 17-year-old, bro,
yeah.
like
He's fake.
Bro, like if you see the assist for, was it Rafinha's goal, and then obviously his finish as well, like, yeah, man, like honestly, such a really good goal. So yeah, man, like full credit to him. And
hey,
obviously,
man. And also, man, before we move on to, you have to give Harry Class A. Class A
oh
Kane.
yeah, Class A Kane, man. Bro, even just, I'm not gonna lie, because Bayern were looking a bit like earlier, but I think things have seemed to
they worry
click
me.
for them more.
Musiala.
Yeah,
Oh my
Elise
goodness. Oh my goodness.
as well. Got to give a shout out to Company as well. Company,
yeah, no fair. Yeah, no fair play. He's ran away with that league, and yeah, they're doing very well. So, they're definitely a big threat.
Yeah, he might. When he said, "Don't forget my boy," yeah, he might finally be able to get those trophies, man. So
man, I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't.
He's probably gonna get the Bundesliga.
Okay. I guess. I guess.
Man. So yeah, man. But yeah, moving on from that, obviously there was more European action, obviously outside of the Champions League, obviously the Europa. And yeah, man, bro, like I remember looking at this game, like against Real Sociedad. Bro, I was so nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was so nervous because I was literally like, bro, if we don't win, like our season's over in March. Like it's actually over in March. And you know what it is? I hate, like, I really, really hate finishing a season with nothing to look forward to. Like I hate it. Like even last season, things weren't great. We finished 8th, etc., etc. But because we got through to the FA Cup final, there was something to look forward to. It's like, okay, you know what? You've got a trophy to fight for at the end of the season. And yeah, like that at least made things better. And I was just thinking, you know what, with everything that's happened, if Man United go out tonight, then it's not gonna be good at all. And thankfully, obviously, we didn't. And to be fair as well, I think it was actually one of our better performances of the season. I think we really do need to stop doing this thing where we go behind early on, because yeah, like it's always leaving us with work to do. But I was happy with how we responded, and yeah, man, like I think we definitely deserve the win. I've got to give a couple players shout outs. First and foremost, I've got to speak on Bruno Fernandes, man, because obviously we've spoken about him like at different points when we streamed, and you know, with me, like I always try to be fair. Like when it's time to fairly criticize a player, then I'll do so. But also, I think when it's time to give a player praise, then you got to give a player praise. And I think, yeah, whatever you say about Bruno, you can't deny that obviously he has quality, and especially during these last few weeks, he's stepped up. Like he's not shied away. He's not like tried to avoid taking responsibility. He's really stepped up. I remember against Everton when we were 2-0 down, obviously he scores the free kick to get us back in the game. Obviously against you guys, scores another free kick. We'll talk about that game a little bit later. And then, yeah, in this game, like, yeah, man, for Højlund's, the penalty on Højlund, he's the one that plays the ball across. Then obviously he scores 2 penalties himself. And then the last goal, that was a brilliant finish. And yeah, man, like, I think a lot of discussions I had regarding how he is as a captain as well. And one thing I would say is that one thing I really like about Bruno is that it's super evident that he cares. Like, he cares. He defo cares about Manchester United. He tries to hold himself accountable. Like, you can tell sometimes when he's getting frustrated as well. I think he gets frustrated at his own performances, and he comes out and he speaks about it openly as well. But yeah, I think as regards to someone who's not trying to hide away, someone also who I think tries to engage with the younger players. I remember when Kobe was injured in preseason last season, like Bruno was consistently engaging with him, like, rah, like, we're waiting for you. Like, when you coming back, like, do you get me? And this is before, like, obviously Kobe was what we know Kobe to be now. And yeah, man, like, I think I want to give him credit because I think a lot of the time people are so critical of him and he does get a lot of flack. And I think sometimes, like I mentioned previously, people like to go to either extreme. So I think some people, they can't see anything good about him and they're just going to criticize. And I think some people, they can't see anything bad about him and he can't do no wrong in their eyes. And I'm someone where it's just like, again, I support Manchester United, love my football club, and obviously you want to see effort on the pitch. And, you know, I'm going to fairly criticize. I'm going to try to fairly criticize as well. But also, I think it's important to give credit where it's due. So, yeah, man, I want to shout out Bruno because we couldn't lose that game tonight.
No, I hear it.
I mean, yesterday even. And as regards to this Europa League as well, bro, fam, it's so important for us. Like, it's so important for us. I'm not gonna lie, man, because obviously I think for Amorim, the league form has been underwhelming. So for him to be able to get a trophy in his first season, that's gonna be like really helpful for him and just his career at Manchester United. So you can kind of just tick that first thing off the list that, okay, have you been able to lift silverware? Yep, that's done. Secondly, obviously, Champions League football, revenue, money, all of that stuff, the knock-on effect as regards to being able to attract players, like that's going to be very important. All of that being said, we're still not favorites for this competition because
Hey
man,
man,
you
listen.
can't throw away everything that we've seen. Do you get me? And
Yeah.
yeah, man, there's some really good teams in this competition. We've got Leon next.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not taking that lightly as well. Obviously, Bilbao still in the competition. That's not gonna be easy. Lazio, they're still there. And then obviously we got the other British teams as well with Rangers and Spurs. So yeah, man, a long way to go, but at least we live to fight another day. So yeah, bro. I don't know if you have any thoughts on United.
Yeah, man, it was a very unsuccessful hate watch, man, because I had United and Spurs ready to enjoy both defeats, and unfortunately, both came through, and I had to switch off both games. So yeah, it wasn't a fun time for me. Well, no, the one good thing is that, like you say, you guys I think have Lyon next, Spurs I think they have Frankfurt next. Don't forget about them too. So yeah, man, next round might be a lot more a lot more appetizing.
I
But
hear you.
well, you know, you guys both did what you needed to do to get through. So yeah, I guess
I
we'll
hear
see what
you, man.
happens in the next one.
Hey man, I respect it, man, because it's straight Hala Madrid for the next round as well, man. So, so yeah, man, I
It's
respect
so
it.
good, bro.
I respect it.
It's a David and Goliath thing anyway, man.
I respect it. But yeah, bro. Swiftly moving on, man. Obviously, there was a two up front fixture last week, and we've not spoken about it. I think we both actually predicted Arsenal wins. The game ended 1-1. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, and I never thought I'd say this, but I was disappointed with the draw because I think, yeah, man, based on
Oh
the
yeah,
amount
you
of
should have been.
chances that we
Yeah.
had, we should have won. Like, I feel like we should have won. I think we had more than enough chances to bury the game. I think obviously there was, and I got to give credit to Raya because he made some brilliant saves. There was
Raya's shot
the
save. Oh yeah, he stops. He's saving is crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
man.
sorry.
There was the Maz
Yeah.
chance where Raya made a good save. There was obviously the Bruno chance at the end where he made the save and then he was
Yeah.
able to also claw it off the line.
Yep.
Then there was I think there was one more that
I don't
think
know if you said the
forgetting.
Dallo one. Did you say the Dallo one already?
No, not the Dallo one. Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
said the Dallo one.
Oh yeah, the Dallo one was a crazy save as well. When Dallo was coming
Yeah.
through and he kicks with his leg.
No, that was the Maz one.
Oh, was it Maz? Oh, it was Maz. Okay, it was Maz.
That was the Maz one. Yeah, there was the Maz one. There was the yeah. I think those are the two. I think there was the Maz one. There was the Bruno one at the end. Oh, and then I weren't thinking about the save, but there was the Hoyland
Oh,
chance
the
where
block. Oh, hey man,
Casemiro, where
yeah,
Casemiro,
Hoyland.
and you know what it is? I'll give Rice his credit, but I'm not gonna lie. He should have never had a chance to do
Hoyland.
that. He should have never
Bro,
had a chance
he
to do
did it a
that.
couple of times, man.
You
He did
never,
it a
you know
couple of
what it
times.
is? In that position, it's very
Yeah.
simple. You shoot quickly, or you get your body in between the man and the ball, where the only way Rice can get the ball is by going through you, and it's a penalty.
Well, he
But
learned that in the Europa League game.
yeah,
He learned
like
that in the Europa League game. He did it.
he somehow just got he was so lax. He got his angles wrong. You give Rice an opportunity to be able to get the ball and make the tackle. Whereas, it's either you're shooting quickly or you get yourself in between the man and ball and you don't give Rice the opportunity to make the tackle. And I think, man, you're just looking at things like that and you're thinking, man, these are things where even outside of finishing, it's just like game intelligence, where it's just like you've got to be strategic. Like, even if you're thinking, you know what, I don't want to take this first time or I don't want to take the shot quickly, then cool, be intelligent. But he was just super lax. And man, I think he was just a striker, like really, really just I think he's currently a striker, just really low on confidence. Like, you can see that clearly as well. So man, like, because he's on a crazy run of not scoring. And even yesterday in the Europa League game, like, bro,
he
it
was
weren't
getting away
all
with
of them,
murder.
man. Yeah, man. So oh, but sorry, there was someone else I wanted to shout out, man. My boy Xerxes, man. Like my boy Xerxes, I want to give him credit. And again, before I even go on to all the pros, I'm gonna say that I think he also like he needs to work on just his finishing and just being more decisive in those
I was
moments.
very
Because
happy you went for that flick. I said
yeah,
thank
like
you.
I think he just needs to be more because I think like when Bruno had the for his third goal for the hat-trick goal, like when Bruno was in that position, I was so happy it was Bruno in that position because I was thinking, yeah, out of the players on the pitch, Bruno's the decisive one. Like he's the person that I would trust there. Whereas I think Xerxes, he's still not decisive. I think sometimes with his shooting, like even just the technique, like what type of finishes he's going for. But that being said, moving on to the pros, hey man, some of the stuff this guy was doing in that game, man, like the touches, he's just such a people are saying it as well. Like he reminds you of like a five-a-side cage baller. Like, do you get me? Where it's just like, yeah, man, like some of the touches, like the flicks, the control, even the pass that he played for Dorgu, where they got a player sent off, like brilliant. And yeah, man, like, I think over the last few weeks, like you're starting to see the qualities that he's got. Like, yeah, man, like he's a really techie player. Like, especially, and I think as his confidence has gone up, like he started to be a bit more like showy and flamboyant with some of the stuff that he's doing as well. And I think physically as well, he's adjusted to the league better because I think even like when he first came, it looked like he was kind of just trying to get up to pace with things. And even as regards to like just even now when I was watching him yesterday, I remember there was a bit where it was just like I think he was on the wing and it was just like he even had obviously he's not blessed with crazy pace at all. And do you get me? But there was even a bit where it was just like, oh, you look even a bit quicker. Like, do you get me? You had a little burst. Like, do you get me? Whereas before it was just looking like, bro, like, do you get me? It's like,
you're like
yeah,
an 8-ton wheeler.
Yeah. So like, yeah, he looks lighter on his feet. Like, yeah, he looks quicker. He looks more physically just capable, composed. So yeah, like I'm happy as well because I think yeah, man. Obviously, like I've said before, I was there when he scored the goal in his debut, and then I think after that, like I think he was made a scapegoat, like in a lot of instances. But also, I think Amorim is also starting to realize what his strengths are, and I think Xerxes getting more comfortable within the system as well. So I want to shout him out as well. I think he just needs to develop more of a clinical edge. Like, do you get me? Like, even if he doesn't become like he's not like a typical true number 9, like do you get me, who's out here like just trying to sniff out chances. But I think just even overall, like when he does get chances, he just needs to be a bit more decisive, more clinical. And yeah, like I think then, like we're looking at a player that can like show his stuff. But yeah, I'm happy with his improvement. Like, and yeah, I'm happy as well. Like it seems like the fans are turning like round as well, because I think a lot of United fans were getting very, very critical of him. And it was really annoying as well, because again, this is why I don't like agendas in football, because it was just like someone that's just come from a different league who was Serie A young player of the season, and he's just adjusting to a different league. And then within the first couple months, people are trying to slate him. But then you look at other players and the amount of time that they've had and the performances that they're putting in, and no criticism. And it's just it's weird, bro. Like, do you get me? Like, I just find it weird, man. So yeah, I'm happy that he was able to. I think it looks like the fans are starting to appreciate him more. But yeah, man, overall, bro, Manchester United season is a funny one, because the rest of the league campaign, I think, is really just for players building confidence, getting some more points on the board, obviously, like because when we do want to push higher up the table. So yeah, and then obviously, hopefully as well, like we can like get more confidence from the league, and then we can take that into Europe. So yeah, man. Oh, also, bro, I gotta say, shout out to Aiden Heaven as well. I can't forget him as well, man, because he's looking like a good player as well. So yeah, man. Thanks for that, bro.
Nah,
I
it's all good,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Nah,
I appreciate
yo,
it.
bastard. It's okay.
I
Oh, we had to
appreciate
collect when he makes his next mistake. Don't worry. But you don't know that he's a double
I
agent.
appreciate
He's making you guys feel comfortable. That's all.
Yeah, bro. I
That's
appreciate it.
all.
I think it's
That's
funny as
all.
well because, like, when you look at a lot of his strengths as well, like you can tell that he used to be a midfielder. Like he's extremely comfortable on the ball, and yeah, man, for an 18-year-old as well, like physically as well, he's very developed. Like a lot of the time when you're looking at players that age, you're thinking, okay, you know what, like you've still got a long way to go before you fill out. But yeah, like he's actually quite developed already. Like, and then yeah, his composure on the ball, like he looks like he's quite quick as well. And I think in this three at the back system, I think again with his experience of being a midfielder previously as well, I think those traits will actually like suit him very well in this system. So yeah, man, I feel like that was a good piece of business from Man United. So
No,
yeah,
I hear it.
I was happy. I was happy with his game yesterday and also the cameos that he's displayed. But yeah, man. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, bro? About
Hey man,
the
no,
great Manchester United?
no shout outs from me, man. Nah, firstly, I
Hey.
have to get on my team and say that we stuck. There's no shout outs, bro. There's no standout performances. It's just a horrible game, man. I mean, like you said, I think at the end of the day, you guys probably edged it and deserve to get the win. I think we started off better, and then but without really creating anything too decisive either. Again, for creativity is our big issue right now. So yeah, all in all, it was bad. And like I said, kind of going into the game, following the 7-1 against PSV, I said I didn't learn anything because what I know about my team is that when you pass against a team that knows how to park it, and so that's where we have to really start looking at how many goals and chances can we create. And I feel like the first start of the game, you guys were defensively really solid, didn't give anything away, sat back, and I think as the game went on, you started to come out and hit us on dangerous breaks, which is where you then should have like won the game at that point. So yeah, at the end of the day, season's over anyway. I was happy that at least you guys didn't win. So we share the points and we keep it moving. But yeah, it wasn't a great game from Arsenal's point of view. Very disappointing, but is what it is.
Bro, you know another thing as well. It was crazy as well because obviously Manchester United have the crazy record of never losing a Premier League game when we've been up at half time. So obviously when
I didn't even know that was at stake.
yeah, so when Rice equalized, I thought, ooh. I thought, ooh, bro. I was just like, yeah, because we've never lost in the Premier League when we've been leading at halftime at Old Trafford.
That's
and even before that, from 1984, the record goes all the way back to 1984, bro. So even before the Premier League.
I can't believe that's good. That survived Ten Hag.
Bro, it survived everyone. Literally. It was there 2 years before Fergie. Fergie held it for 26 years. And in the 12 years after Fergie, with all the managers that we've had and through all the rough times, it still survived. So yeah, man. I was thinking, bro, Amarim, if you lose this,
they'll never forgive you.
Bro. Bro, I said this is a record you can't lose, bro.
Damn,
this is a record you can't lose, man. So yeah, when Rice equalized, I think it was even when it ended up being offside anyway, but I think there was the chance that fell for Martinelli, and bro, my heart it skipped. I said, "Yay!" I said, "Yay!" I said, "Yeah," but yeah, thankfully we're good, bro. But yeah, man, moving swiftly on, bro. You've got the Chelsea. You've got the Chelsea on the weekend. How are you feeling about that?
I don't know, man. Again, it's like you said. I think for us now, the league is cementing top 4 and does not giving any teams an opening. So again, Chelsea is one of the teams that it's in our best interest to keep pushing away from them as much as we can. So I think we need to win the game. I think this is another one where it's like a season's done anyway. We're not winning for any greater cause. It's literally just to further cement being like finishing in the top 4 at the end. I feel like I watched Chelsea's like recent games, and yeah, they don't look like they don't give me anything to really worry about either right now. I also feel like they're also kind of going through a patch where they're getting wins but just kind of stumbling through without looking exciting or really playing good football. It kind of feels like things are dulling out over there as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 dull teams, but I think our defense hopefully should be enough to pull us over the line, and then we just need to hopefully capitalize on a mistake or a Sanchez gift, something like that. I mean, that's what we're holding out for. But yeah, all in all, it's like, yeah, Palmer. I know Arsenal, we like reviving players. So even though he's been very lukewarm this season, I'm only surprised that he's cold again in this game. But hopefully we can keep him lukewarm. But yeah, I think for us to just be defensively solid and capitalize on any Chelsea mistakes and just get out there with the win. But I don't think it's gonna be a very exciting game of football. Is my thoughts. But yeah, what do you think about this one?
I also don't think it's going to be a very exciting game of football. I think, Chelsea, even with that Leicester game, I think we both predicted a much healthier win. And 1-0. I think their attack it's not clicking. Palmer's out of form, and man, I think they're struggling a bit. But overall, I'm looking at the game and I'm thinking, you know what? Obviously, Chelsea, they've definitely got something to play for as regards to trying to get top 4 or top 5, because it looks like top 5 will probably secure Champions League football. So, I think obviously they're highly motivated, and I think Arsenal as well. You don't want to allow things to slip to the point where it's like, oh, you know what? Like, top 4 is now at risk. And also as well, I think going into that Champions League game as well, like you just want to keep morale high. Like you want morale to be high. You want obviously if and I was gonna even ask you about this because I know people are speaking about Saka potentially being back. I feel like obviously if he is back and he's actually fit, then that's a big boost for you. But if I was Arsenal, I think I'll just be very cautious of it.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at it because I was just thinking, I was looking at it, and when people were saying, he potentially might be back for the Madrid tie, I was just thinking, again, Arteta, Arsenal, the doctors, they will know much more than me.
Yeah,
but I was just thinking, bro, it looks a bit soon, man. Like, especially with how the tear that he had on his hamstring. Obviously, he had surgery, and I'm just thinking it's just not one of them injuries where you want to be rushing, because I think it's very easy to re-aggravate. And then, I think the last thing that you want is Saka out again for even longer. So
no, I'm definitely in the same boat. Again, this is on the club. We're not being a serious club in it. Shouldn't be trying to rush Saka back post hamstring to now give us some hope against Madrid. These lot should have done some business, but they didn't. So I feel like it's one of them ones you have to just hold it and let the guy come back healthy. Like you said, that's what we'll read. I told you, bro. This stream is dependent on Saka returning to the play that he left me, bro. If he comes back and he's finished, I'm done. I feel like my love for football is going to be over. So, I really need him to come back. The same Saka that left me, please. So, Arsenal, don't do anything to jeopardize that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
Yeah, no, I hear it. But bro. Moving into predictions, I'll go first on this one. And I am going to say... I am going to say 1-0 to Arsenal.
Oh, that's a good prediction. You know what? I'll stick with what I was thinking. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Arsenal, but that could be a decisive one. I need to start getting some points on the board. Let's see. But I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. I think it'll be a tight game, but I wouldn't put it past Chelsea to get a goal. Whether we'll get 2, that's where I'm probably being optimistic. But let's see. But I'll go 2-1.
No, I hear that. And then bro, Manchester United, Leicester. Again, there's not much for me to say in this game. I'm gonna say Leicester look like they get relegated. Only a matter of time.
Took, bro. Took.
They're just not a very good team. But shout out Rude, bro. No, seriously though. Yeah, shout out Rude. Do you get me? That's my legend. So man. Manchester United currently haven't been a very good team as well. But obviously we got the draw against Arsenal. We won in against Sociedad on Thursday. So I'm hoping that, we've seen the ball hit the back of the net a few times. I'm hoping that we can carry that confidence over. And yeah, man, we should be beating Leicester. So yeah,
Okay.
just get the job done. And also, hopefully, man, just I want to see some stuff. Like, do you get me? I want to see some football. I want to see us. I think that was the good thing about yesterday, where it was just like, okay, you know what? It actually, again, I never even mentioned Dorgu as well. He's
Yeah, I was
very
gonna ask
rough.
you about him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very rough. Like, he's definitely got a lot to. Oh my days! And I forgot, bro. Chelsea. These men are so annoying, bro. I
Oh,
woke up this morning. I woke up this morning,
Here we
and
go, G.
I've heard they gazumped us. Do you get me? In
Damn it.
March
Damn it.
for Quenda. And I
Damn
really
it.
thought that, you know what, with Amarim as well, that was just a matter of time. And yeah, man, he's someone that I really, really like as well. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna do that thing
Wait,
where
what position
now
is he?
Chelsea have got him. So he was playing as a wing back in obviously Amarim's system when like obviously Amarim plays the three at the back system for Sporting. But yeah, plays as a wing back, but also can be like he's a winger. Like he's an attacker. Like, do you get me? So it's like he was playing at wing back, but that's why I really liked him, because one, he was super young, 17. But bro, yeah, like he's just so attacking, man. Like he just goes at you. Like, do you get me? He goes. So I was looking at it and I was like, profile wise, this is exactly what we want. Like, do you get me? We want someone who's attack minded, who likes to dribble, who's skilled, who will take on players. Like he's because you know how we were speaking about, we're playing defenders in those wing back positions, whereas it's like, yeah, he's not that. He's an attacker in a wing back position. Like, so yeah, but obviously, yeah, Chelsea, they're gonna use him probably as a winger.
Again, Chelsea was stuck. Where? How many wingers can one club have?
Bro,
I'm so
what they're
confused.
even doing as well is that they are loaning him back next season, so he'll be at Sporting for next season, yeah, and then he's coming 2026 as well, man. So that they're just stockpiling young talent. Like, do you get me? They're just stockpiling. Like, do you get me? Like, they're just building up just a plethora of young talent.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, he's not even coming next season. Like, do you
That's
get me?
crazy.
Yeah, they're sending him back on loan. Do you get me? To Sporting. So yeah, I saw that and I was just like, damn, man. Like, yeah, that's annoying. But yeah, Chelsea, man, bruv, they just love. They hear someone's interested in a player. And they say, no,
they're on him.
We gotta do it.
Yeah.
They said we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Like, we gotta do it now.
Hey, man, this is what they do.
Yeah, man. So that was annoying. Yeah, we're gonna have to now like look at just more profiles and see what can work. But yeah, Dorgu, I think like he's rough. He's definitely got a lot to learn. But yeah, I liked like how he was forward thinking, obviously, in that game, because he was the one that was going through on goal, where they got the red card, and then obviously won the penalty as well. So yeah, like, and obviously physically as well, like you can see, like, yeah, he's an engine. Like, do you get me? Like, yeah, like he's
he was good in the air as well.
Like, up and down. Yeah, no, physically, like he's what you need. Like, do you get me? Like someone that can really get up and down the pitch, and like he looks strong as well. So yeah, man, definitely rough. He's definitely got a lot to work on. Like, do you get me? Some of his decision making, etc. But yeah, like it looks like a good profile. But yeah, I would have been really happy as well if we were able to get Quenda too, and then man. But Chelsea, fair play, man. What can you say? Do you get me? But yeah, like you said, I wonder if they'll actually get a striker. We'll see. Because all of these, do you get me, attackers that they love to get apart from a 9, it's crazy.
Man.
And so yeah, man. But yeah, bro, there's not much else to say about United and Leicester. I think it's just one of them ones where we're looking for, obviously we want points, but we also are looking for performances now as well. Like, do you get me? Whereas like, I think, if you're in the race for the top 4, like your fans might be more forgiving if the performances weren't there, because it's like, okay, you know what, we're in the business end of the season, we want to pick up points. Like, do you get me? And yeah, like in the Europa League, I think United fans might be more forgiving if the performances aren't there, of course, ideally the performances are there as well. But if the performances aren't there, but you're able to do a professional job, then you might look at it and be like, okay, you know what, like. But I think in the Prem now, yeah, man, like we're not fighting for anything. So I want to see a development. Like, do you get me? So yeah, man, that's pretty much where we're at. Like, and obviously Amarim as well. Like we've spoken about the system, we've spoken about the structure, the players, and I think this is a time for him to really just try and develop it more and more and more. And like try to lay some foundations for next season. Of course, we know you're gonna bring in your own players and etc. But yeah, man, like really try and finish the season strong so you've got something more to build on, and then hopefully, like in Europe we can do our thing as well. And hopefully it can be a better end to the season. But yeah, I'm really looking at these games thinking, you know what, I want to see Amarim like just show us why you are one of the top young managers in the world. Like, do you get me? Like, show us like we want to see things develop, because again, he's spoken very honestly, he's spoken very truthfully about the squad. Like, I think even when they were talking about just everything, he said, "Oh, I've been underperforming." So yeah. So obviously, yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
No, I hear it. And yeah, like you said, I think there's not really too much to talk about this game. Again, you guys, the trajectory you guys look like you're in, you should be dealing with Leicester. And like you said too, I think I'm just more interested to see the little tactical changes that Amarim. I think you also are in a position where, because you're also not competing for top four, where maybe there's an understanding if he doesn't try stuff because you're just you have a stable team, or you want to win. But because things have been so poor, it's like we said, like a natural wing back. Can we try against that? Is Leicester a team that we could try something different like that in? Because again, those kind of decision makings could help him later on in future matches if he knows that that's a option, or we've seen that it's definitely not an option, but at least he's done it in these dead rubber games anyway. So I think that's probably where there's going to be any interest in United. But yeah, I think this should be a comfortable game for you guys. I feel like Leicester are just not a very good team, and I feel like I've said it a few times. So, and yeah, there's no need to keep flogging the dead horse. So I think prediction wise, I am actually going to go for a 2-0 United winning this game. It's my take. I'm going to go 2-0. Actually, I don't. Damn these predictions. 1 second. I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0. Yeah, I like it 2-0.
2-0.
What are you thinking? Yeah, I like it 2-0.
Let me just make sure. So your first prediction was 2-1 Arsenal.
Yep.
And cool, and you've gone 2-0 United. I'm going. Can I trust United to score 3 goals? Is that just a reckless statement?
Yeah, I think they can do it.
Because we don't do that, do we?
Nah, man, it's the first time for everything.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go 2-0 as well.
Okay, cool.
As well. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep that 2-0 for now. All right, cool.
But yeah, bro. Very quickly before we move on to the rest of the predictions, man. Obviously, staying on Manchester United, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened that is about things that are happening or going to happen off the pitch as opposed to on the pitch. And obviously, Sir Jim, he had the talk with Gary Neville. A lot of interesting things were said there. Yes. And then obviously, during the week, we've all seen the images. We've all seen the plans for Manchester United's new 100,000 seater stadium. And yeah, bro, I'm going to ask you firstly, because I've been seeing so many different views as regards to some people think, it looks good. Some people think it doesn't look good. Some people are saying, yeah, man, this is a real iconic stadium. Some people are saying it looks like a circus. Where are you at? Where are you at, bro? Where are you at? Oh, you not seen the circus?
Nah, I can't get out of my head. No.
People are saying circus. people are saying Butlins. Do you get me? The rival fans, they're really outside,
Oh,
bro.
if United are stinking it out in that
They're
stadium, the
really outside,
circus,
bro. They're
the
really outside,
circus.
man.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
beautiful.
really
Oh,
outside.
okay.
But yeah,
Well, I
what
hope you
do you
guys
think
put it.
aesthetically? How do you think it looks? What are your opinions?
Yeah, I wasn't again.
Especially as well, someone who does engineering as well. I'm curious to
Yeah,
hear your
no,
thoughts.
bro. Listen, I was first shocked that you guys could afford those 3D
Oh,
renders.
bro, we'll speak about all of that. We'll
Hey
speak because
man,
that's a separate thing. How we're
hey, no,
paying
because
for this.
again on the engineering thing, I say, hey, man, this is looking like some good models. I don't know how you guys are sacking fucking caterers and all this stuff. I don't know how you guys afforded that, but yeah, nah. Aesthetically, yeah, I think it definitely looks iconic, but it's just it looks like a lot. I it feels like it's probably too much. It's like you have the stadium that looks like it just spreads all the way out into this community around the stadium. So it just looks unrealistic to the point where I can't see how you execute it well. It's kind of like probably what I think. You know, when something looks so complex, I'm like, for you to execute this as you're showing me right now in these renders will take like excellent finishes, excellent work.
But
So I
if
don't
they
know what
did,
we'll
do
see that.
you like the design?
I think it looks different. I think I would lean a bit more to yes than no. I think it's a lot, but it's iconic. If they can pull it off, it'll be crazy. Like I think that's kind of where I'm at. Well, if they can pull it off, it'll be crazy. But I think I'm more likely to think they're not gonna pull it off. It's not gonna look good. That's kind of like my kind of divide. But yeah, it looks crazy though. But yeah, what's your take? I guess as a United fan, and yeah, if you don't even mind, even just distilling the main thing that stuck out with you in the Sir Jim talk, because I didn't really watch any of that stuff. But I know there was a lot of things that came out from it. So I guess your take. If you can fill us in, that would be good.
So yeah, firstly, as regards to obviously the new stadium, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously, like, there's been a lot of discussions regarding Old Trafford, the roof leaking, rats, like, everyone's been having a laugh, etc. And obviously, it was clear that something needed to be done, whether that was improvements on Old Trafford or a new stadium. But it was clear that, things needed to change. And obviously, for me, like, I love Old Trafford. I love Old Trafford. Like, even up till now, every single time I go to Old Trafford and I go up the stairs and you see the pitch, like, it's a special feeling. So yeah, man, like, I love Old Trafford. And bro, literally, you can see in my backdrop, there's a picture of Old Trafford right there. Like, do you get me? Got a massive picture of Old Trafford on my wall. So yeah, I've definitely got an emotional attachment to Old Trafford, and the thought of leaving is weird. Like, it's very, very weird. Like, yeah, man. Like, because again, for me, like, it's such a special place. Like, it's such a special place. So yeah, it's gonna be very weird leaving there. But at the same time, I do also acknowledge the fact that, like I said, there were things wrong with obviously the roof and just even the facilities. And yeah, man, like, even when you go there, like, bro, it is old. Like, it's old. Like, do you get me? Like, it's old, man. Like, so we are lagging behind like a lot of other clubs when it comes to facilities. And yeah, man, even when you look at the toilets, bro, like, yeah, man, honestly, bro, like, so yeah, like, something needed to be done. And again, I think the options were Old Trafford gets like redeveloped or improvements are made, or we move to a new stadium. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to be the new stadium option. As regards to the new stadium, I think it was weird because when I first saw it, I was like, like, I was really like, and I think it's grown on me. I think it has grown on me. I think obviously these are all just graphics, and that we'll have to actually wait to see what it actually looks like when it is built. But I liked what the interior looked like. Like, I think, yeah, the interior looked great. As regards to obviously the exterior and everyone making the jokes about, circus, etc. You know what? I understand that. I understand what they're trying to do from the point of view of they're trying to not just build another kind of just toilet bowl. Like, do you get me? Just that, you know, that typical bowl design like that most stadiums have. And I think they wanted to separate it from other stadiums. Like, they wanted it to be unique. And again, you know, when you look at Wembley, for example, and Wembley has the arch, and it's like, yeah, whenever you see you see the arch, you're like, Wembley. Like, do you get me? It sets it apart. And I think what they were going for, because I think Sir Jim even mentioned it, like they were going for like the Wembley of the North, whereas like they wanted something unique, they wanted something iconic. And I understand what they're trying to do. And obviously with kind of like, you know, the three, I don't know what to call them, pillars, masts, or like, but yeah, I think it's supposed to also like resemble the trident on the badge. So yeah, and I think like it lights up in the night as well. I think that's what they're going for. And then obviously, like, it's part of like just this wider regeneration project that's gonna be happening.
Hey man, they better my tax money better not be going to that stadium. That's all I know. Cause I see them trying to do this. It's not just a stadium; it's a community. Get out of here with all of that, man. Okay, get out of here with all of that, man. So yeah, so Jim, please make sure you fund this yourself. That's all I want to. That's all I want to add to that. But go on, bro.
I think from what I've read, they are not. I think the actual stadium isn't. That I think that's again. This is the question. Where they are actually so from what I've read, taxpayers' money is not going to be used for the actual stadium. I'm not sure about like the wider redevelopment. I think taxpayers' money might be used for like just, you know, redevelopment in, you know, the town city. But as regards to the actual stadium, I don't think so. But how we're funding the stadium, I don't know. Like, that's my question. And moving on to the Ratcliffe interview, to be honest, he said a lot of stuff that I already knew. Like, so, you know, we spoke about the finances. We spoke about the fact that, yeah, you know, they had to pump money in. We know what the Glazers are doing. Obviously, I think he spoke about a lot of the decisions that people aren't happy about as regards to, so, you know, the ex-players' money getting cut, and obviously the job restrictions. I mean, not the job restrictions, but the people losing their jobs. Like, and yeah, he spoke about that. And obviously, I think he was speaking about, like the fact that a lot of tough decisions were going to needed to be made, just because of obviously the state of the club and the state of the club's finances. And yeah, like we were on the trajectory of running out of cash. So they had to do things where, like, I think even Sir Alex Ferguson as well, like, I think, like the money that he was receiving, Sir Jim had a conversation with Sir Alex and said, yeah, man, not gonna lie, we can't afford to pay you this no more. Like, do you get me? Cut that. So yeah, like he was essentially saying that, yeah, man, like we don't have money. Like, do you get me? I think it was very clear as well that, because I think Gary Neville, you can tell Gary Neville was kind of pressing him in areas as regards to, you know, the Glazers. And like, you can tell when it came to those moments, you know, when it's like, you don't want to talk bad on the people you're in business with, or do you get me? Like the majority owners of Manchester United. So it was just kind of like, you know, just
politics.
Yeah, like politics. That, do you get me? Like, like he wasn't gonna come and say, you know what, man, what the Glazers have done has been absolutely horrible. Like, do you get me? So he was dancing a bit, like a bit of dancing. But yeah, I think obviously they were speaking about the squad as well. He spoke about Amorim. He said that he's happy with the job that Amorim's doing. They also spoke about Ten Hag as well, like, because Gary Neville asked him about Ten Hag and Ashworth, and he basically said, yeah, we made a mistake. Yeah, it was like with the Ashworth thing, I think he said it was a chemistry thing, and didn't work out. And then with Ten Hag, he said, yeah, made a mistake, should have sacked him in the summer.
Fair enough.
He kind of just held his hands up and said, yeah, we made a mistake. Like, do you get it? So yeah, like, I think there was definitely a lot of PR. There was definitely a lot of PR. Like, I think even with the announcement of the new stadium, again, PR, I think they know what they're trying to do. But also, I think it is good at least that he did come and speak, because I think, I think it gets very frustrating when owners, like, they just hide. That's what the Glazers have been doing for 20 years. Like, do you get me? Just hiding away. Like, do you get me? So I think it's nice that he's come out and spoken. But yeah, I think there's clearly a lot of problems with Manchester United. And when looking at the stadium decision, again, when we're hearing what's happening with the debt, when we hear what's happening with the finances, when we see the state of the club, it just feels weird that they're announcing that a 2 billion stadium is about to be built.
It's gonna be the Apple Arena.
It's just like again. It's just like, how? Where? Like, where's the money gonna come from? Like, do you get me? So it's like, I think that's the thing. And I'm not saying they're not going to get the money, but I'm just saying, like, it just looks weird. Just off the face of it, it looks weird for the club's finances to be such a known mess, for you to have come out and openly spoken about how the club's finances are a mess, and then for this 2 billion project.
What, do you think they're selling a dream?
Like, it just seems weird, bro. It just seems weird. Like, just again, like, just looking at the face of it, like, again,
we'll find out. We'll find out in 5 years, because they said it's gonna take 5 years to build, right? So,
bro, the 5 years thing, I think is I think that's therefore a push. Like, I know they spoke about, bringing like materials up the canal, like, and trying to find an efficient way of doing it. But I think 5 years, I think 5 years is therefore going to be a push. But yeah, I'm just looking at things and I'm thinking, you know what? I remember what happened with Wenger when Arsenal moved from Highbury to the Emirates and how that affected their spending. And I'm just looking at the state of Manchester United right now. I'm looking at the state of our finances. And of course, I know that a lot of revenue is going to come from the stadium, like when everything's up and running, like 100,000 seats, like Manchester United, biggest club in England. Like, I know you're going to be able to, I know what the stadium's going to do as regards for revenue and even a wider economy. Like, I understand that aspect of things. But again, yeah, like, when the club is when the club's in such financial turmoil, and we know about all of the things that are going wrong financially, it just seems weird that you are announcing such a big multi-billion project when everything is just not going well with us money-wise. And then we're now looking at things and we're like, bro, on the pitch, we need to make sure that we're patterned. Like, do you get me? Because, bro, you don't want to be moving to, do you get me, this new 100,000 stadium and on the pitch things are rubbish. Like, you don't want that.
By the time you even build that stadium, you're not filling the store seats no more.
Yeah, man. Like, do you get it? Like, so it's just, yeah, like, I think that was one of the things that was just very weird to me. I was just looking at it and I was just like, man, like, we know what problems we're having financially. We know what the Glazers have been doing. And it's just like, now, like, this multi-billion project is getting announced. And yeah, again, like I said, it just looks weird. Do you get me? Like, yeah, like, I'm not saying that a new stadium's not going to be built. I'm not saying that they're not going to get loans here and get funding here and whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying, like, it just seems, it's just like, bro, like, imagine like a man's broke, bro. Like, do you get me? He's walking around with no shoes. Do you get me? You know, like, he's struggling to make ends meet. Like, do you get me? Like, clothes dusty, he hasn't washed them for ages. Do you get me? Then all of a sudden, like, he pulls up in a Ferrari and you're thinking, like,
huh?
Like,
yeah,
you get
you
me?
know,
Like,
it is. I think it is.
Like, why are you driving a Ferrari, bro? Like, do you get me? You don't have clothes. Like, do you get me? Like, you don't have clothes. That, so I think that's the thing. Like, it just looks weird. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that they don't have a plan, like, do you get me? But I'm just saying it just looks weird.
Okay. Now
But
let
yeah,
me.
go on, bro.
I put my pessimistic hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I'm also hearing you say, without saying, well, maybe this is my interpretation. Why I think it feels weird, yeah. I think it's one of those massive moves in your club's history where you think, is this even for our greater good? And I feel like why I say that is that, like you said, you look at how Ineos are moving with the finances have to balance. You see Glazers, are still your owners. You see you're moving into a £2 billion stadium. You see the squad on the pitch still needs a lot of investment. And it's just giving austerity. It's giving that maybe you're going to find the money some way to get the stadium off the ground. But then it's going to be about, okay, guys, now that we've got the stadium, austerity. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me, this is not like we're going to move and now United are back. We're going to start spending billions again. It's, okay, we're going to crawl to that stadium and then we're going to have to pay back those debts. Like, that's what it's given from the outside. But again, that's just a pessimistic hat on. Let's see how they actually approach it over these next few years. But it's concerning in the light, looking at the main players involved and who's making these decisions. Yeah, I don't blame you for looking at it and thinking, this looks a bit strange.
No, that's what it is. And again, like, there's problems with Old Trafford. Of course, we know it's well documented, and we know that obviously for a club the size of Manchester United, of course, we know we've got to raise the standards. Of course, no one's disputing that at all. But yeah, like, I think when you're just looking at it and you're just looking at the problems that we've got financially, you're looking at what's going on the pitch, and also as well, Old Trafford, for all its problems, bro, it's still the biggest Premier League stadium. Like, do you get me? By quite a bit as well. Like, do you get me? Like, so of course, Manchester United 100,000, have no doubt we won't have no problem filling that. Like, do you get me? We're a massive club, and of course, more revenue. And yeah, like I mentioned, Old Trafford has its problems, but I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, you know what? I don't want a situation where, cool, we get this new stadium, everything on the pitch gets neglected, and yeah, man, you've got this new place where all of the
at least you guys are gonna have you're gonna have Beyonce coming.
Yeah, all the pop artists around the world, all the like huge superstars, they can come and perform and etc. Like, but on the pitch, things are horrible. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at with it. Like, again, from a sentimental point of view, I love Old Trafford. I've said it, like, it's a special place. Like, obviously, completely bad for me. Like, do you get me? Like, yeah, bruv, it's the most special stadium that I've ever been to. Like, do you get me? I love going there. Like, I love Old Trafford. So, from a sentimental point of view, it's gonna be very weird leaving. But I also acknowledge the problems that we've got at Old Trafford, and I do understand why we would want to build a new stadium. And yeah, man, like, just look at all of the examples of teams like having to move. You look at, obviously, Arsenal, they moved from Highbury to the Emirates. You look at Man City, they moved from Main Road to the Etihad. You look at Everton, who are moving from Goodison to their new stadium. West Ham moved from Upton Park, obviously, to the London Stadium. Tottenham moved from White Hart Lane to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Like, it's something that happens. Like, do you get me? Like, it happens. So I know that Manchester United, we couldn't continue to have all of the problems that we were having inside Old Trafford. Like, and something definitely had to be done in some capacity. Like I said, whether that is redeveloping Old Trafford, making improvements to Old Trafford, or building a completely new stadium, something needed to be done. We've chosen to take the path of building a new stadium. And again, if they can pull everything off, like, do you get me? Then brilliant. But I'm just looking at things from a financial perspective, and I'm worried because, again, I don't want to now move to this new 100,000 stadium, and again, the club is just in a place of total just ruin, and financially we're even more all over the place than we already were, and on the pitch things aren't improving. So these are just all of my concerns, like, when I'm looking at it. Like, yeah,
I think that's fair.
Yeah, so that's my thing, and I think there's definitely a lot of PR as well. That's being,
bro. Like I want to see if this is not a Ponzi scheme, man. Like I said, until they start building, it's all just graphics. So let's see.
Yeah, man. So yeah. But I am happy as well that it will take a number of years as well. So like, you know, even like when they do start building a new stadium, like, yeah, it's just gonna make me treasure every single time I go to Old Trafford. It'll make me treasure it even more because yeah, man, like, bro, you're talking about over 100 years. Do you get me? Like, so yeah, man, it's weird. And I hear other fans speak about their old stadiums as well. Like when you hear Arsenal fans speak about Highbury, they're like, oh yeah, you know what, the Emirates is cool and that, but nah, man, like it's not Highbury, man. Like, do you get me? And obviously Highbury was small, like Arsenal needed a bigger stadium, etc. Do you get me? But yeah, man, like obviously the football romantic in me is just like, you know what, I just don't want to move to a new stadium and it just becomes this commercialized, like, you get me, just it lacks soul. And of course, when anything's new, you've got to bring the atmosphere, you've got to create new stories, like, do you get me, like new memories have to be created on the pitch, all of these different things. And obviously it's going to be built next to Old Trafford, like it's not like we're going to a different place. So yeah, like again, like I can be a football romantic, but I'm also not someone who's adverse to change. But yeah, it's just going to be weird. It's going to be very, very weird. Again, you're talking about a guy who's got Old Trafford in the back of my room on a poster. Do you get me? So that clearly shows how much I love the place. But yeah, I think with everything that I've spoken about and just the financials and the, yeah, man, I'm just not sure. Like, do you get me? Like, I know some United fans, they were just very super excited. Whereas
bro, this is what I was saying last stream though, when I said that these protests, the weakest link is always gonna be the people. Because I feel like people can be swayed so easily from one extreme to the other as well sometimes. But yeah, I just want to say that again. Yeah, the people that from 1 week is straight glazes out to next week, shiny new stadium is like, oh, I'm locked in again. Like,
you know what it is. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna fault anyone who's excited about the stadium. Like, do you get me? Like, I feel like you can be excited about the stadium and there's still forever glazers out. Like, so I don't think those two things can't coexist. I think they therefore can. But yeah, with me, I'm just looking at it from a financial perspective, and I just don't want things on the pitch to be neglected. I think that's my major concern. And yeah, like it's always going to be glazers out until they get out. Unfortunately, it just looks like they're not going to go. Like, do you get me? But it's always going to be like, I don't think that's ever going to leave Man United fans. Like, literally, bro, there's not a Man United fan there's not a Man United game that I go to, bro, where Stand Up If You Hate Glazers is not sung at least once, bro. Like, do you get me? Like, it's like, but I just think it's also one of the ones where it's like you continue to sing about it, you'll continue to protest, but also you just kind of know that they're not going. Like, do you get me? Like, so it's frustrating because it's just like, you know what? Like, we know you're not going, but we need you to go. But also, we know that the football club is going to continue to run. Like, do you get me? So I think now it's a weird one as well because now we've got Sir Jim there and he's still a minority owner of the Glazers. Like, of Manchester United. The Glazers still own the majority of it. But obviously, we're looking at Sir Jim and we're like, hey, man, well, you're apparently leading all these football operations and you're coming out saying this and saying that, whatever the case may be. So now, like, you're going to be held to account for a lot of the things that you're saying now as well.
Like, you can complain to someone that's at least listening.
Yeah, man. Like,
that's at least there.
Bro.
So,
yeah,
Glazers, they're just completely ignoring you guys.
Oh,
so
bro,
at least the can be held to account.
Glazers, bro, completely ignoring, bro. Man, them, man, what they did to my club. Hey, let me not get started again. So yeah, man. Overall, I think it's just one of them ones where, like, I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, like, cool. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those like negative people where it's just like, oh no, new stadium, like, no, never. Like, I understand sometimes, yeah, man, change has to happen. But I'm just looking at everything and I'm just like, what's the plan here? Like financially, what's the plan here? Because yeah, man, it's worrying. I can't lie. So yeah, man. Obviously, Ineos, boy, we'll see what happens this summer. We'll see what investment is made. We'll see how everything turns out as regards to PSR.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Manchester United as regards to our finances. But obviously, yeah, we know that the debt is still there. You know, the Glazers are still there. And yeah, man, I just wish they left. Honestly, man. I just wish they left, man. I just wish they left. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it as regards to the stadium. But yeah, I'm very, very curious to just see what most people honestly think of the design, because I've just seen so many conflicting things. Like I've seen,
Man, the
yeah,
circus, I can't get out of my head. If you
bro,
guys drop
yeah,
one stink in that stadium, it's over.
bro.
Nah.
I've seen so many people like have, even amongst United fans, like I've seen differing opinions. I've seen some people say, yeah, man, like it looks great. I've seen some people say, nah, man, it looks awful. Like again, like such different extremes as regards to how it looks aesthetically. And yeah, I think especially that whole netting thing, which it won't be actually made of net. Like, do you get me? Yeah, like I think it's, from what I've read, I think it's going to be more of like a kind of like a strong glassy kind of thing. And then apparently as well, like it's going to be able to trap rainwater and solar power and renewable energy, all of that stuff. We'll see. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens and how things develop. So yeah, bro. But yeah, bro, swiftly moving on, man. Obviously, we've got a few more predictions to go through. We spoke about Arsenal in Europe. We spoke about Man United in Europe. Obviously, Spurs, they also got through. And they're also in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, which yeah, extremely important for them, extremely important for Ange, like it's extremely important for us. And they've got Fulham. So yeah, bro, what are you thinking about that?
Man, Spurs, they're so hard to call, man. Like honestly, I actually don't like predicting them because I genuinely don't know. You think 1 week that, but then yeah, you never know. I think I'm gonna go. Is Fulham at home in this game? Oh,
I
Fulham at
believe
home.
so. I believe
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna go 2-2. I'm gonna go 2-2. I think it'll be
2-2.
tight. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. I think.
I
I think
am
Fulham have some goals in them.
I am going to go. I like 2-2, you know.
Hey, brother, get your own scoreline.
I do like 2-2. I think I'm gonna back that, you know. I do
Look at this
like
guy.
2-2. I'm gonna go
Guys,
2.
kind of ruin my results.
I'm gonna go 2-2. I'll go 2-2 with that. Hey man, I'll go first to the next one. Obviously, we've got Man City and Brighton. And yeah, that's an
Hey
interesting.
man, I just want to say last stream too, bro. When I said will Man City pull an upset, I'm being knowing them. You laughed at me. You
What?
laughed like I was saying something crazy last week when I said will Man City upset like do an upset and beat Forest, and you were
Oh yeah.
laughing like I said something funny.
Oh no, bro. I was laughing at the irony, bro. But I know what Forest are on this season. I wasn't surprised
Oh
about I
man.
wasn't surprised of the result. Like, so
Damn,
yeah, man.
yes.
But oof,
Yeah, what are you saying for this one? Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good game, open game.
Yeah.
Brighton have really hit form, man.
They
Like
have
they
really
took
hit
that
form.
was it 7-0.
Oh, but they took it personally.
They took it so, but literally
Yeah.
they held that and they said, okay, it's time to lock in. And since
Yeah. They
then,
all went home, looked at their children, and said, never
yeah,
again.
bro,
You will
honestly,
never see me in that light again.
honestly,
Fair
bro,
play.
they all locked in. Literally, that
Yeah.
happened, and they said, "Nah, what is this? What
Yeah.
is this?" And yeah, man, they've literally all locked in. So it's a hard one. I am going to edge it to City. I'm gonna say 2-1. Right? I mean 2-1 City. I'm gonna say 2-1 City. It's one of those games as well that it could have more goals in it than that as well. But yeah, let
Yeah.
me just say
It
2-1
really
City.
could.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna. Oh damn! I can't. I don't trust City not to be different. I think I'm going to 2-1 see this one too, but let's go through it. I think I might go back and change.
So now who's copying?
Just be quiet, bro. You copy like my first two results. Nah, it's all good. We'll go back and I'll change. I even need to change some results to get ahead. So I'm a 2-1 this one for now because I think that's a good shout. I think it can go more, but I don't trust City enough. I think I have City edging it, but I also don't trust City enough to back City for big goals this season. That could be a big mistake. So yeah, I think 2-1's a safe bet for that game.
Yeah. Cool. All right, you could predict first on the next one. We got Bournemouth, Brentford. What are you telling me?
Another tough one, man. I don't want to go first in this one.
Well,
I was thinking about this earlier. I think I'm gonna go for a 2-2. I feel like the games are always quite tight. It can go either way. Either team can win. But I think kind of looking at both teams going into this, like the threat of both. Yeah, I think I'm gonna settle on a 2-2 for this game. I think 2-2.
I'm going Bournemouth. I feel like last week against Spurs, I think Bournemouth bought them. Like they should have won. And I think Brentford, of course, with Mbeumo and Wissa. And not even just them two as well. Like they've got like a few good players like in that team. But I just think they're away. I'm gonna tip it to Bournemouth. I'll say 2-1 Bournemouth.
Cool
for that one. So yeah, bro. And then also, let me get your opinions on this. Do you want to just have a fun prediction of the League Cup final, or do you want it to count?
Oh no, let's make it count.
It's not a Premier League game. You want it to count?
Yeah, let's make it count.
If it's counting, what are we saying? Are we saying 90 minutes? Are we saying pens result? Like, are we just saying whoever lifts the trophy? Is that what we're saying? Or how are we doing it as regards to when we're predicting score lines? Is that just 90 minutes? Is that extra time? How are we going about that? Because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I'm thinking, maybe like 3 points for obviously the right team. And then I don't know if you want to maybe do that, like maybe another another 2 bonus, you get the exact score line, something like that.
And is that score line like extra time included as well?
I feel like you have to. Well, that's a good question actually, because it could technically, I think extra time included to get it. I think extra time included.
So if it goes to extra time,
and it finishes,
if it finishes, and there's penalties, then
you got at the end of the game, you had the correct exact score line. Let's do that. That's 2 bonus points. So you get the right team. Yeah, before penalties. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we make it so it's 5 points overall. But 3 for the right team. And if you get that thing, it can be extra 2 to make it 5. I thought that we can do that to give it some jeopardy. Because so even me thinking about this, can really go either way. What are you thinking?
I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm not going with that.
Yeah, they did meet some earlier in the earlier game as well, but I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the hater in me. With Liverpool be coming up this season, that I'm looking at Newcastle. I'm saying all these years, all the pain of suffering, wanting this trophy. I know Isaac. I know you have something for me in this one, man. I know you put him in a chamber, have him come out fresh. He's gonna be there. So I think Newcastle can do something in this game. So I'm gonna go Newcastle. And I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle. So I'm gonna go because I think after that PSG game as well, I feel like there's definitely a lot more pressure on Liverpool now. That are they gonna get over the line in this game, or can Newcastle, the passion of this game get them over the line? So yeah, man, I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle because
Hey, I won't be mad at that as well, man.
I hear
I won't be mad at that as well. So yeah, I was even gonna say as well. I was gonna ask you this. Obviously, I'm a Manchester United fan, so it's in my DNA to hate Liverpool. But I was seeing a lot of Arsenal fans like not just rejoice at the PSG result, but it was like Tottenham lost. Like it was crazy. Like I was thinking, like you're celebrating like how Manchester United fans are celebrating, and I was gonna ask you. How much do you guys not like Liverpool now? Like, what's going on there? Like,
You know
what's
what
the
it is? Yeah,
dynamic?
I
Because
think it's. I
see
think
it
it's.
a lot. I see it a lot
Yeah,
online. Like, I know you
yeah.
guys really are starting to get really like, do you get me, at each other a lot of the time. And it's just like, Liverpool makes everything about them. Arsenal, like, you've not done it. Like, what's going on there? Explain to me from an Arsenal perspective.
Yeah, I feel like from an Arsenal perspective, Liverpool have typically been a team where when it was against City, Arsenal fans probably wanted Liverpool to win just for the sake of football and how they've gone about being the team they are. But I think with Liverpool, what we've realized over the course of the season, that Liverpool are like, they're very humble when they're not expected to be at the top. But when they are at the top now, then the arrogance is crazy. And then they just start talking at everyone like, yeah, like you're, understand, the talk basically just changes when they're actually on top now. You realize that, so when you're there, this is how you're talking. So I think from that point of view, just like, we just need PSG to knock you out in this game. Even before that game, I think there's a lot of confidence that they were going to get through. So again, it was just nice just to see, this is why sometimes you won the league. Understand? We all put our hands up. We won it, but hey, man, PSG taking that away from them, it definitely felt good. So I feel like it's just more just like the narrative online now, post them now being the clear kind of top team. Hasn't been the energy you've seen from them in the past where it's a competition. Like, it's like a humble, but then now that they're clear, it's like now just disrespect. Or like, you know that kind of energy. That's what it feels like from an Arsenal fans' point of view. So I think that's kind of what's led to and then there's like the Arsenal fans bigging up Saka and the Liverpool fans letting everyone know that, but he's nowhere near Salah. So again, it's like that kind of small boying kind of energy of not trying to respect. So I think that's what's kind of led to like the back and forth now between the fan bases. But
because I see much more of like a tension between the fan bases. Because I was just like, fam, PSG got knocked out. And I'm just like, and obviously Liverpool fans they will know why I'm happy, because they know vice versa will be the exact same thing. Like, do you get me? And I was looking at Arsenal fans, it's like, bro, you guys look happier than me, bruv. Like, what's I said, what's happened? Like, do you get me? When did this develop? Like, like, when did this actually develop?
It's definitely bitterness for sure.
I was looking at it. But man, I think just generally speaking as well, man, you know what it is? I think just like, I'm from the school of thought as well that, like Manchester United, for example, I just grew up where it's just like there's just ops everywhere, isn't it? Like, do you get me? So it's like, man, I'm not trying to do no coalitions. I'm not trying to do do you get me? Obviously, like, you and your, depending on, like, for example, like Manchester United and Arsenal, when Liverpool are facing PSG, will be on the same side as from that regard, as regards to, we both want Liverpool to go out. But then also Manchester United and Liverpool now, when Arsenal are facing Real Madrid, then we want Arsenal to go out. Like,
that's completely fair.
And then when Manchester United are playing in, do you get me, the Europa League against Lyon, Liverpool and Arsenal will both want Manchester United to get knocked
100%.
out. And it's just one of them ones where it's just like, man, everyone,
100%.
you back your club, and it's just like, just know there's no friends in this thing.
Nah,
like, you get me?
Man.
There's no friends in this thing.
Yeah,
like,
we don't need that United country stuff now.
And you get, you know what people speak about? Like, wait, so you're rooting for another English club to go out? And it's like, absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
What there is no, what you think, I want to,
bro, man, I told you, bro. Villa have caught you already, bro. I said PSG this time for me.
You know what? And you know, it's funny enough, because Villa's the one team, like, do you get me? Whereas, like, out of all the English teams, whereas, like, I don't have no beef with Villa. So it's like, if Villa win the Champions League, I have no problem with that. Like, that's not a problem. And it's funny because with, like, teams maybe like who, like, as of recent years, they've not been as successful as regards to winning trophies. I think one thing they will find is that when you are continuously up there, then it's going to turn from, you're kind of like the story of the season, you're like everyone's second team, to wait, you're a threat now. Okay. Okay. You're a threat now. Now you're up as well. And you're gonna realize that people are just starting to hate you for no reason. Like, do you get me? Just because, do you get me? Like, like, from Sunderland, obviously that Newcastle don't like Sunderland. If Sunderland now got to the Premier League, and we're winning 5 titles in a row, Sunderland are all of a sudden gonna get haters. Like, do you get me? Like, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, that's how football works. Like, do you get me? All of a sudden. So yeah, man, just to every fan, man, like, do you get me? Like, yeah, when you start getting to certain places, do you get me, continuously, then that's how it goes, man. Like, do you get me? So just back your club and don't get too pally with anyone else, because you know how it goes. But yeah, man. But yeah, that being said, I just need Arsenal to get out of the Champions League, and then I'm happy with whoever wins it. I actually, yeah. Whether it's Real Madrid, whether it's Barca, whether it's Villa, whether it's PSG, whether it's Dortmund, whoever else, I have no problem. Like, do you get me? So yeah, just get Arsenal out of there. And then yeah, man, Liverpool are out now, so one more to go, and then
that's crazy.
And then we're good. So yeah, man. But yeah, bro, it's time for your favorite segment.
Oh god, I'm not ready.
Your favorite segment.
I'm not ready.
Are you
last
ready?
weekend was so brutal as well, man.
Are you ready
I'm
to
not ready.
talk fantasy?
I'm not ready.
Let's share the screen. Share the screen. All right, bro. Let me know if you can see that.
I can't see it.
Let me know if you can see that, honestly.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
All right, bro. So yeah, man, this is the TwoUpFront league that you're currently looking at. And yeah, man, obviously, where do you want to start, bro? Do you want to look at your team? Get over.
Yeah, let's get the pain over with, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, let's get the pain over.
Let's just look at it. So we're looking at 5th place currently in the league. Yep. And yeah, man, if we look at Ace's team,
this is how you know. If you come down a bit.
43 points.
Yeah, it's terrible,
bro.
Man.
So talk me through this.
Terrible, man. You know what happened, bro?
What
happened? Out. One of my boys, he was getting married. I said, let me go celebrate my friends. I went out. I look at my phone. I say, oh, the deadline is passed. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. So yeah, bro. I went to just knowing that it was just damage limitations. I said, hey,
just hoping.
You know, you're thinking back at your past mistakes. You're getting punished again. That's how Palmer's done. That's it. I saw Salah score 2 goals. I said, Salah's playing. Palmer's playing Leicester. I don't even believe in him.
Bro, it's crazy.
I was even getting encouragement saying, nah, he's going to be good. He's going to be outside. I don't believe in him.
That said, he missed a penalty for the first time, bro. That's how you know it's just, he was just out of form.
I told you, bro, he's lukewarm right now. He's not called Palmer. He's lukewarm. Like, nah. So, yeah, nah. So, from that, again, I would have made some changes, but yeah, it's my own fault. I missed it. So I think now, just this week, I've got my team ready now. I said, yeah, changes have to be made. Players that clearly unplayed have to be removed. So yeah, I don't feel like there's too much for me to really kind of talk about other than the mistake. Yeah.
Do you wanna share anything as regards to strategy for this game week? Obviously, you can keep things that you want to keep to yourself, but do you wanna talk on that a little?
I guess just a little bit. I think you touched on it really well last stream, but obviously next game week, quite a lot of teams aren't playing. So I think it's again just that balance of like, are you going to use a chip? Which from what just the little I have kind of seen, it's like maybe it's not always maybe not the best choice, because you might just have to accept that this is going to be a low scoring week and try to just get by if you have enough players to get by. So I think the moves I've made this week, I definitely kind of think about the players that were going to be playing this weekend just to see, cool, I'm making moves that are going to help me like in a few game weeks time as well. So I feel like you kind of have to think about it in both ways and just kind of accept that. Yeah, maybe don't waste your chip if you haven't used it already, and maybe use it at a better time when we have a bit clearer indications of when these like double game weeks are going to come up. So, but yeah. So yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna have to play a good game from now, because yeah, I'll definitely fumble. I looked at the points gap between me. I said, yay. Yay. So boy, it's gonna be a tough climb. Tough final bit. Let's see.
Bit by bit. So yeah, man. Obviously moving on to my team. So I'm currently sitting 3rd. And yeah, it was an okay game week, I would say. Obviously, yeah. Salah against Southampton. Yeah, that was always going to be the captain. 2 penalties though, so yeah. But like I think I had to back him there. But outside of that, obviously João Pedro, he also scored a penalty. I think last minute as well, literally, got the winner for Brighton. And also got the 3 bonus points. But yeah, outside of that, not much, Like it was a very, very mid. Like you see, just 3 pointers, 2 pointers, 2 pointers. I think Timber got an assist, which was against my team, so I'm not even happy about that. So literally, it was just a very mid game week for me. I still outperformed the average of 52 points, final point 62 points. So yeah, like not the greatest.
Any thoughts going into this weekend?
I think echoing what you said, me personally, I'm not using the chip this week. I'm just gonna try and navigate things without the chip. Obviously, you've got the blank game week. I think Trent would have been injured anyway, but he's not gonna play. Salah's not going to play. Isak's not going to play. Rodgers isn't gonna play as well. So I think those are all of my players that are affected. So I'm gonna navigate it without a chip, and it's just one of them ones where it's just like you just let the game week play out and you just hope for the best. I think that's just the approach. It's just like, hey man, we'll see what happens. But I think that there's definitely gonna be more valuable game weeks to use a free hit, and maybe when there's a bit more clarity as regards to what the fixtures are looking like, what the double game weeks are looking like. But I don't think that free hitting now is the best thing to do, unless maybe like you're just in a position where you've just got hardly anyone playing. But I'm not free hitting. I'm just gonna just see what happens with my team and the players that I can field. So that's my strategy.
Yeah, and I think anyone who is free hitting, you get to roll over your transfers as well. So that could also be a little factor. But I don't think that's probably the best bet for a lot of people this week. But we'll see what people do.
Yep. And man, got a shout out on Orthodox Change. Obviously, he's leading the league. We'll have a quick look at his team. Never had the greatest week as well, to be fair. 55 points there. And man, I think again, very similar to mine. I think Salah captain obviously got the 30 pointer, a lot of 2s. And then he got an assist from Kirkez as well. But I think he hasn't had the best of game weeks either, but he's sitting comfy at the top of the table. So hey man, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. But man, currently, to be fair, like the distance between me and you is still not crazy. 43 points.
No, it's true. It could be worse. It could be worse. My week actually wouldn't have been that bad if I actually captained Salah. I'm Salah as well in hindsight. That was just my fundamental mistake. But
so I need to also I think generally speaking, I just need to think about my chip strategy because I've still got obviously free hit, still got wild card, still got bench boost, still got triple captain.
Oh wow!
So
you're stingy.
So I've still got quite a few chips to use. So I need to think about when it is that I want to use them. Have you still got? I know you use your triple captain. You got assistant manager though, right? Innit?
Yeah, I've still got assistant manager.
Yeah, and if played right as well, that chip can be very powerful.
Yeah, see again, my motivation to catch you needs to be me even understanding how to even use that chip. I still don't know.
Bro, that's partially why. I partially just wanted to get it out of the way because it was confusing my head. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I know there's something along the lines of if you put it on a manager that is lower down in the table and something I forgot, is it 5 play if they beat a team that's 5 places above them, something like that, you get extra points, something like that. So yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, and if I quickly just stop sharing that and let me get up the prediction table so we can just remind ourselves about where we're at. And yeah, man, this is how things are currently looking. So yeah, I'm currently on 51 points. Ace is currently on 45 points. And again, 6 points is actually not that much at all. Like a correct score is 3 points. Like if you get a couple of those, that lead can be wiped out very, very quickly. So yeah, I am leading in both categories, but honestly, things can change very quickly. Things
Yeah,
change.
I'm gonna need Arsene Wenger top 4 race, top
Yeah,
4
man.
running. That's what I'm gonna need. Top 4
So,
running type run here. That's what I'm gonna need here. So, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm hoping obviously that's not the case because me, I want my 0203
mate.
Vodafone Man
Mate.
United jersey. Or do I want the 1999 sharp?
Oh my
Like, do you
goodness.
get me?
My
Where do I
finance
want to go with it?
handlers, man.
Where do I want to go with it? So yeah, man. That's what
Ugh.
I'm playing for. But yeah, bro. That wraps everything up unless you had anything else that you wanted to discuss.
No, as always, I think that was a fun stream. I think there's a lot to talk about. So yeah, no, we're definitely getting into the business end of the football where it comes thick and fast. But yeah, hopefully, to be fair, I'll take both of our teams going deep into Europe. That's what it takes. But yeah, Europe is literally the only thing that we have to look forward to. And there any kind of final quick thoughts on the Tommy Tukes first squad?
Yeah, I was very surprised to see Jordan Henderson there. Yeah, like I thought his England days were done, but yeah, clearly not. So fair play to him for getting the call up. But yeah, I think obviously Miles Lewis Skelly, I think very well deserved. I think I'm trying to think of interesting
Rashi.
shouts. Rash, well deserved. Morgan Rogers, well deserved.
Quick
And
question.
Burn as well was another one as well, which
Yeah.
Dan Burn got a call up, which that he must be delighted. Yeah, and like he's actually like done really well at Newcastle, so fair play to him. But yeah, what are you gonna ask me, bro?
Bro, what is England's starting midfield right now?
You know what? I think my question before that question is I need to see what formation Tommy wants to go with. Because obviously we know that he likes the back three, and yeah, now if that's what he's going with, then that it changes things a bit. So yeah, like I need to first see what formation he goes with. But if we're assuming that he's going with a 4-3-3, are you asking me what I would play, or what do I think he would play?
No, I'm saying what do you think is the strongest midfield
His
in your
strongest.
opinion? Yeah.
I think it's a good question.
Yeah, because I'm looking at you have Rice, you have Bellingham, you have Palmer, you have Rodgers. Like I'm looking at those thinking, which three am I going as my starting three in that?
Palmer's currently out of form, but obviously when Palmer's in form, then yeah, obviously it's a great shout for it.
Yeah, and you're thinking creativity as well between that three, that balance of like still creativity and like the power. So I think Rodgers for me is in there. I feel like he's probably right now.
I really like Rodgers, man.
I think right now.
On form, yeah, like on form is, and also that's a mean midfield, man.
That's what like
what Rice, Bellingham, and Rodgers. Just legs.
That's Liverpool's midfield on
just
steroids.
legs.
Liverpool's midfield with Henderson without them.
Just legs, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's but I think Palmer on form. Then like Palmer on form's right there. But obviously, he's currently out of form. Who else is there?
Philip Foden.
Foden's just he's not had a good season.
Nah,
And
no.
also, I'm not gonna lie,
Eze? Yeah.
with me, I'll get to Eze in a second. With me, when it comes to Foden, I'm not gonna lie. I'm he for me, he's got ground to make up when it comes to England. Like,
Mm,
I don't want to see none of this forcing you into the team. Like,
mm,
you've got ground to make up. So yeah, man, like you can hold bench and work your way into the team naturally. But I think he's had a lot of opportunities to play for England, and I think other players have just outshone him. Like, yeah. So I think, yeah, Saka's outshone him. I think Rashford's outshone him. I think Palmer in the few minutes that he's had has outshone him. Like, I just think, yeah, Foden's just not really stepped up for England. So, yeah, man. Obviously, quality player, got a lot of talent. We saw what he could do last season for Man City, but yeah, like for now, gotta hold the bench,
I hear
work
that.
for it.
I hear that.
So, yeah, man. But it'll be interesting to see what happens because, yeah, man, this is Project World Cup 2026. So
Hey,
that's what
listen,
he's there for.
I'm locked
So
in
with
though.
it,
This is the most I've been locked in for a
yeah,
little bit. Let's see what you can do.
it's there to win it. Do you think Ethan should have got a call up?
Oh nah, I'm okay with him not getting a call up, man. Sometimes see England too, they don't even deserve these young players, man. They'll come in and run them to the ground. So honestly, I'm happy staying at home. So yeah.
And he also, I think, Tuchel spoke about White as well. And yeah, I think he said that, like, nah, there's no problems with him as regards to him wanting to play for England. It was just a matter of he's coming back from a long injury and he doesn't want to rush him. So yeah, it looks like in the future he'll be part of Tuchel's plans as well. Also, bro, it's going to be interesting to see where Reece James plays because it looks like Maresca is
Yeah.
trying this midfield thing.
Yeah, and I'm not
So
hearing it. What he's selling, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Nah, I'm not buying it. Okay, for England, it's right back or nothing. Either right back or stay at home. Okay, this I see. I get why he's doing it. I guess it's to try and preserve him, but for me,
are you not buying it for Chelsea either?
nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I feel like what he's trying to do is preserve him, and he's probably just looked at him and said, "Yeah, maybe this is a position where we can keep you more." And so you're not bombing down the wing and so I'm pulling stuff. But
Why are you
yeah,
not buying it?
nah, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Nah. So yeah, to answer your question, I can't be any clearer. I'm not buying it. So yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's interesting to you. It's not interesting to me. So that's all I have to say on that one. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man. Chelsea fans, let us know, man. What do you think of that? Because yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Obviously, Ace is clearly not buying it, but yeah, be curious to hear your thoughts. But yeah, man. Hey, that's all from me. As always, thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you to everyone who is who has listened rather, or is going to listen, whether it's been for a minute, half an hour, or the full stream. We appreciate it. And yeah, man, like, share, subscribe. I really need to get better at saying that earlier and just, yeah, integrating it within the stream better. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, follow us on the socials, all of this good stuff. You know how it goes. And yeah, man, Ace, do you have any final words?
nah, that's everything from me. Another good stream. And yeah, see people in the next one.
Yeah, man, everybody stay blessed. And yeah, man, this stream should end seamlessly, I'm hoping.